gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the blessings of life, Lord. Lord, we ask now that you go forth with the meeting toward us today, and everything we do will be pleasing in your eyes. Lord, we ask for guidance. Lord, we ask all this name in the name of the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Welcome everyone to the 5:30 public hearing on adopting the comprehensive revision of the land development code. Fun. Curtis, do you want to take it from there? Do we need to do anything that you need to do, or just ask for any
Public participation.
do we have any public participation? You're the only one here that's not here.
Okay.
Okay. Is this pertaining to Is this pertaining to the land development?
No, it is completely separate. I was
Okay,
just
well,
told
we need
that
to
I
vote.
needed to sign up for them.
Okay, that's for the 6 o'clock meeting.
Oh, it is?
Yes, this is only for land development on the comprehensive plan between now.
Oh,
So we don't charge anything.
That's okay.
The papers are on the back, right as you walk in the door, to the right there, the speaker request forms. There's some.
Get you a show with that.
Yes, you
I already did those.
Okay. Any public?
New intern.
Y'all
I'm not
ain't-
going to church.
y'all-
Right? I'm not invited.
Well, I tell you what, we are gonna let her introduce herself though while we're here. You know,
Hi, I'm Shayna. I'm the new intern assistant.
welcome aboard.
Thanks.
Yes,
Happy to be here.
yes.
I don't know what she couldn't have our gun over earlier. I don't know what she's doing.
So we don't have any public participation as of right now. Give them 5 minutes to come in.
Why didn't this one was for? So we could see you?
Exactly.
You got me.
Where we did all this.
All the changes from the LDR?
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's all it is.
Yeah, I
And
just.
is this, Curtis, is
But
this,
it didn't say
is
what
this,
the meeting was.
is this the last one?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, this will be, this will be the third one.
This is the third one, I think, so we need to.
Next
we
meeting.
vote. Well, we can't vote on anything.
No, next meeting, we have to vote on
Yeah, but they're on the ballot, right?
What's that?
They're on the ballot, right? The
it. Yeah.
different codes, so this gotta be the last meeting for it. It's,
Yeah.
but you have the election before.
We'll give a few more minutes to see if anybody does come in. Mr. Morris, your opinion, if not, we'll adjourn this meeting. Vicki, you got anything that came up today after I talked to you? Okay. Good.
Can I ask a question?
No, that's in the next meeting.
Yes, ma'am.
This
Yeah,
one
so bad.
the next meeting, you know, would be on the 31st, but you're not gonna have a meeting, right?
Right.
Okay, did you already publish that and everything?
We've already had, this will be the second one today.
Huh?
This is the second meeting.
No, I'm saying your next meeting is on the 31st, but you're not gonna have a meeting that night, right? Because the election is the next day.
This is our second meeting for the month.
Second meeting.
Oh.
Two meetings.
Oh, this is not the.
Five Mondays at a month.
How are you?
Hello, Mr. Warren.
Your stuff.
Hey,
Tag on it. That'll be great. You'll get you
But
a
it went
sign.
on, it went on there.
That doesn't say on here when the next meeting is. It doesn't say on here when the next meeting is.
Should be April 7th.
No, the next one. Yeah, next meeting.
5 meetings next month, 5 Mondays next month too. Seven. Yeah, that would be good. And the 21st.
All right.
Yes, yes.
What do you do, Mr.
I'm just talking to myself, actually. It happens at this age.
It's been, you got plenty of them down here all of a sudden.
Everybody should have one today.
Thank you.
All right, if we do not have anybody from the public that wishes to participate in this formality, I will adjourn the meeting. We made it just in time. This was the third meeting.
Think so?
Yes, sir. On this?
She's turned good.
Is that inside? So whoever wants to, Sherry can do it.
It's in.
Gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful Lord's Day, Lord. We just thank you for the blessings of life that you bestowed upon all of us. Lord, we ask you just a special blessing upon our town here. As we go forth tonight during this meeting, we ask guidance. We ask everything we do will be pleasing in your eyes. We ask all this in the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'd all like to thank everyone for coming out tonight to our March 17th St. Patrick's Day meeting. Start off with a roll call. Jeff, back there, Vicky's with us tonight. All right. Got Miss Vicky. Miss Shayna. Yes. Good night, y'all. This is our new intern. Miss Wendy's with us. Curtis is here. Tyler's here. Franklin's here. I'm here. Miss Sherry's here. Miss Virginia's here. And our listeners is with us. Thank you. Everyone is here, present accounted for. All right. That being said, had a chance to look at the agenda.
Read add something to the agenda. Make a motion to add, to adopt the agenda with the following changes to payouts, vacation time. So Wendy.
Okay. Is that the only thing that needed to address? Made a motion, do I hear a second?
I said,
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Motion carries. All right.
I wanted to add something to the agenda also. I wanted to add an inquiry about the property behind Tony Cotenzi's house. We could just add it to the agenda tonight.
Make a motion to reapprove the agenda with the following changes that Virginia has stated.
All right. We have a motion to another adjustment. All those in favor? So I hear a second on that first one.
Yes, sir.
All right. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same motion carries. All right. Now, did we get? All right, next up, approval of the minutes from the March 3rd Town Council meeting.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from the March 3rd council meeting.
I second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. On the March 3rd council meeting, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same motion carries. All right, public participation. Those who wish to participate needs to complete the speaking request form and submit to the deputy town clerk. Approach the podium, speak clearly, state your full name and address for the record. Comments will be limited to a maximum of 3 minutes per person. First of all, we have Ms. Jessica Gilbert. I think you were up first, Ms. Jessica.
Hello, my name is Jessica Gilbert. Address is 12651 Northeast 91st Court, Archer, Florida. We got our mail out of there, but we're right here. And I'd like to talk about today with you details about 4th of July. I know that you guys don't usually even start talking about this until May, but my business partner and I, you may have seen us, we have a peddler's license here in Bronson. You may have seen our tent pop up occasionally. We operate under the name Hot Mess Etch. We do customized things, 3D printing, design, those sorts of things. I don't really know that, it's going to work. And we organize events where we have food trucks, vendors, things like that. I've been involved in conventions, science fiction, fantasy conventions, since I can remember. And we're just starting to do this. She and I, we're both, she lives in Bronson, and we're looking at a couple of different options. I know that last year you guys put on a pretty successful event on the 4th, but I know also that small towns like this have limited resources, limited personnel, limited time, and we want to volunteer to assist with that. There's been a lot of talk on the local forums about a lack of regular events, farmers markets, those sorts of things here. And I love this community. I don't live right directly in town boundaries. I'm not a townie. But the culture here, the fact that you can walk down the street and see chickens out in the road, we've got pigs, all this kind of stuff. That's why I moved here. That's why I chose Levy County and specifically outside Bronson to live, because this is the kind of culture that I want to bring my kids up. And I want to see the people here thriving and the community, thriving, and attract people from Gainesville and Ocala and the other towns in Levy County here to Bronson, to the county seat. That should be the star of Levy County. And I want them to spend their money here, and I want them to go away. One of the ways that we want to do that is to start utilizing Cobb Park more and Main Street gazebo to do more events. Questions that we've been asked is how we expect to make money on this. We have our own booth. We do this sort of thing to benefit other people in the community that live here and make things and want to sell them. And that's what we do too. So if these events do well, we do well. We're not looking for any sort of big anything. And we were looking at proposing several different options when we see what sort of questions you want us to answer before even considering this. We were thinking about it July 4th because this is Friday, is July 4th this year. It's a federal holiday. People are going to be out of work, out of school, things like that. And depending on the level of event that you guys would like us to help with, we would do a 10 to 2, just a family thing, maybe have live music, maybe see if we can organize an exposition game at one of the ball fields for, Chiefland and Williston, play some ball, get some people out there. We already have somebody who really wants to do a relay race on the track, all these sorts of things. And if not on July 4th, July 5th, Saturday is also a wonderful day that we'd like to consider doing something. And I know that last year you guys had fireworks and if we can be of any assistance trying to sort that out and work within whatever parameters you guys decide, we would love to be able to participate in that. I believe fully that any of the complaints that we have as citizens can be fixed by us being just more present and available and offering ourselves to help.
Mr. Jessica, I would recommend, and council has any questions or anything for me? I would recommend that you get with our staff in-house this week, okay? And kind of coordinate that together between y'all, see what you can come up with, and maybe do a presentation at a later date, or, not necessarily later.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure you guys were even open to the idea. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I don't want to take anything from anyone. We want to help.
Okay. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do you have a card or?
I do not have a card because I'm cheap.
Okay. You have a Facebook page?
Yes, Hot Mess Etch on Facebook is where you can find us. You message us there, either myself or Candace will get that to you as quick as we can. And it might take a minute. I've got 5 kids, she's got 7.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Vicky's got her email too.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Natalie is not here. Good. All right, Elijah, I've got your 3.
You know what?
Like one?
He had mention I got 3.
One
I
half
have to
an hour.
start, man. I like to keep things in order. It should be. But I guess as you see there, I want to know how we come to this. What I mean by this, each and every one of you all who buy signs, it costs you money. And I put out some signs for weeks, and I know where they were at, and where I placed it. And I placed one up there by just a little bit from the, I guess you call it the EV, where you charge the electric bill, put it there. But it become this. Now I talk with Tyler all the time up there, after midnight. And to be honest with you, Tyler, I don't know nobody could have touched that but you. I'm just gonna be honest.
Have you been to the county meetings? Because this is a big thing in the county meetings right now.
Yeah, I'm scheduled to be next Tuesday on the agenda.
No, it's tomorrow.
Huh?
They have a meeting tomorrow, right?
I think they say 2 weeks from now.
No, it's
It's
tomorrow.
always falls the day after ours.
It's the day after ours.
But I used to go every Tuesday,
That's a big thing right now,
Yeah.
that they're arguing about signs. They're arguing about real estate signs, they're arguing about political signs, they're arguing about it all. And they're saying that if it is in the right of way, they are gonna take it up. And they don't care who don't like it, they're taking it up. If it's in a place that's hiding, like visibility for driving, they're gonna take it up.
Well, this was that.
Did you ask the store owner
This,
permission?
this wasn't that. Like his sign is at the very end. He got also a sign where you turn to your right, like you're going to Main Street. He got one at the very end.
Can I answer your question?
Mhm.
Can I answer your question for you?
Let me now finish.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you say I had three.
Yeah.
Let me use it. And your sign is at the very end. Okay, his sign is not in the street either. But my question is, why did her sign have to move? It's not in no traffic, period.
Was it on?
Highway 24 is about 50 feet away, I would say. Where the traffic is
No. If it's 50 feet away, that means it's on the store owner's property, and maybe he took it down. You think about that?
at. No, I'm saying where Highway 24 is at. You know where that electric line is at.
I know where the electric
That's
line's
not
at.
in nobody's way.
No, but if it's on the store owner's property, he has every right to take it down.
You still want to take it down?
I don't know.
Why would you take that sign down and not his sign?
Well, did you ask permission to put that one up?
No.
I know for a fact he asked permission to put his up.
I didn't ask for permission.
Okay, then there you go right there.
I didn't.
Okay.
But,
You can believe what you want.
where?
To answer your question, I called Mr. Smith, asked him if I could put my signs up. He said, no, you bring them to me and I'll put them up. He's the one that put those up.
So he will, he'll sign.
Yes, sir. On his property. You put one up on my property, and we'll have problems too. I'm just saying, not just to go piece of art. So you can take that for what it's worth. So it's all, you know, I wouldn't think about going and putting one on anybody else without asking permission, so I suggest you do that same thing in the future.
So I used to put those signs out too, and I asked nobody nothing.
Well, I wish you would have done that. Because in reality, you are breaking the rules.
When I did yours.
Yes, sir, you were breaking the rules of putting mine out too. And you put them on private property.
There wasn't no
Without
big issue
asking.
with it.
Sir, I can't answer that.
I know you did.
That's past tense. All right, Jason? You got food. What do you mean?
I don't take up too much of your time, Mayor Pardon, council members. Really, my question is for Attorney Moore. Really? Okay. Yes, sir. How you been? I've seen you in a long time. Anyways, if the town has evidence that someone has falsified information on their residency affidavit, what is the process for that? Are they removed from the ballot? Do we leave them on the ballot?
Complaint to the Ethics Commission.
So you
Or the
can-
election Commission. They're the ones that handle that stuff.
So
To
not
the
the
best of
board,
my knowledge.
not the board itself.
No. It's beyond their authority.
You said complain to who?
The election commission. Florida. They're very active this time.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right. Next up, we have Student of the Month presentation, and we have Ms. Sherry is going to take care of this, and I'm going to turn that over to her.
All right, we have two honorees. Our middle school honoree is Miss Lauren Brown. She was nominated by Miss Maria Pittman, and it says that Lauren is an exceptional middle school student. She excels in her studies, and she is dedicated to being a success. Lauren has a responsible mindset in school, and she is well-mannered and exhibits leadership in the classroom setting. And Lauren is here. Our other student, our high school student, is Cambria Jenkins, and I actually nominated her. It says Cambria Jenkins, this student has worked very hard to be a model student as a ninth grader. She maintained her GPA and participated in basketball for the first time this year. She has worked and not received any referrals at all this year, and it's a great turnaround story, so I nominated her. But she was unable to be here tonight, but Lauren is here, so we want to give her her award.
I'm going to say at the end of it.
You're not the one that y'all sing with.
When it comes to my thing, at the end, I'm gonna need a couple minutes.
Everybody gets that. Congratulations. Be sure you'll take care of, get the rest of them out. All right. Next up, we have, is he here? No, he's not here. Okay, this is information. Mr. Joey Welter with Bronson Middle High School student and sentinel of the Bronson FFA chapter. He is asking for support and will be showing his FFA chapter steer at the Swan River Livestock Show and Sale March 14th through 19th. And we have already, since that was a budgeted item, we took care of that this week. And they have already, we've already handled the check and everything.
I'm not gonna explain what we actually do for the record, so that everybody knows what we do.
Okay. We, instead of us trying to go and pick out children in each one, so we don't, we donate to the, country, there we go, I'm trying to remember what it is, country run, but they changed it. And that covers all the 4-H and FFA kids in the Bronson. Mandy, you can enlighten me on this a little bit better, because I know y'all changed y'all's dynamic.
It's just a fund where people can give their little bit amount, and it's really run by Karen Asbell and, God, thank you, y'all. John Meeks, and they gather this pot together, and it makes it easier for everyone to contribute to Bronson students. And they do 4-H and they do FFA, and they just make sure. Now, some of these kids go out and get their own buyers, and that's great. But some of them, don't know the business people, don't get around as much, whatever the reason, and they can, rely on this fund to help bring their animal up to where it needs to be. And it just matches what Dixie County does for their kids and what Williston does for their, and every town almost has one. So that's what this is, what y'all have done to contribute to the Bronson kids.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, that has been taken care of. Next thing up is the Bronson Septic Tank Phase Out Project, Phase 3. We did get notification on this. Curtis, you want to just speak about this a little bit?
The attestation form that you filled out, just making us aware that there's going to be phasing out. We did it when we came in before, when they first installed sewer, and the customers, the ones that they wanted, that was going to be hooked up and crushed the septic tank. So DEP and the state, they're trying to get everyone they can off the sewer. So this is a part of that process.
That money is being allocated.
Yes.
Afterwards, so we're waiting on the funds to come through. So that's another step in the right, headed in that direction. So,
What area does phase 3 cover?
mainly, it is, the septic tanks it was, and it might be a little bit more than this now.
A lower space on Main Street, they came up with a proposal because they're going to put their first 2 homes on septic, and so they're trying to work out an agreement, whether it be through grant or whatever process, to get connected to the sewer. But to get there, there would have to be another line that ran from Main Street, Court Street area where our lift station was at the health department. They would have to come and go down Fairground. So they're looking at a way of trying to get sewer in that corridor. And basically, they're going to get everyone off sewer.
All right. That's just information, of course, right now. We're still in Next thing up is the Town of Bronson Scholarship application is due Friday, April 11th. We announce this each month, just a reminder. Our town election is April the 1st. The Walker-Sasson meeting for flood map changes has been canceled. Leroy was here at the meeting last time, and something has come up, I don't know just exactly what has, but he sent Curtis an email, and that meeting has been canceled until further notice.
Okay, whenever that is rescheduled, Mr. Curtis, would you please directly message me? I have two people that were planning on being here at that meeting who are in flood zones, and they need to be at this meeting.
If you look at your packet, I put together the slide presentation that he had when he came, so it's in your packet if you want to look over it.
Yes, sir. I just want them to be present so that they can put their address in the zone if it's not already in there.
They didn't give another date for the meeting, they just said it was right now. The
Okay.
meeting that was scheduled April 15th has been canceled.
Yes, sir.
All right, next up is bread of the Mighty Food Bank is Friday, March the 28th. That's at the park, and that starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. So spread the word on that. We do have a W3C meeting Wednesday, at the same time that the sale is going on. It's going to be fun. So,
I will be in the sale.
that is at 1 o'clock in Cedar Key, and I may be able to talk to, find out just exactly what they're going to reschedule that first in that meeting. So, all right, Curtis, I'll turn it over to you.
So I'm going to write down the list. I just gave you notice about the Walker-Sasson watershed flood risk management meeting. That's going to be, has been canceled. That was the 15th. Next thing in your packet, you will see a letter in the meeting, in the county meeting, where they meet with the municipalities. The comment came up about a lot of the cities can't really afford the building fees. A lot of them are just like those who say built, and so they discussed briefly, and there's a letter, if you want me to read it to you, I'll read it. They say thank you to everyone who made the time to attend our monthly municipalities meeting. During yesterday's meeting, this was back on the 4th, there were some municipalities who were interested in investigating an interlocal agreement for the county to provide building department services. In order to further this conversation, I reached out to our development service director. He is more than happy to entertain this idea, but stipulated that in order for the county to be able to do this, the towns and cities would still be responsible for zoning and code enforcement, and that all permits and fees associated with the building permit would be handled by the county. If your municipality is interested in looking into this further, please reply to me and let me know that you are interested and how many days a week of service your municipality would be interested in. This is from Mary Ellen, county manager.
So the county, if the county took it, the person would only be available to us on certain days, like what we already have?
No, they would be a normal schedule.
No, it says
They'd be
how many
available
days a
whatever
week.
days we have.
As permits.
So on the same note, just FYI, Safe Build had came by when Mr. Curtis was in a meeting, and I spoke with them, and they were interested in possibly changing Mike's days, but I asked them as a courtesy if they could come back on the April 7th meeting, because our election will have been over, and then more of us could make a decision on that together. So I asked him to come back on the 7th and discuss what the fees would be, and he's also going to be bringing the average fees for towns our size as well. So just to let y'all know.
I think we should still email the county back, say we're interested in talking to them, because right now we're in a negative on permit fees. That's why we just had to raise them again. Because Safe Built keeps going up. What are we paying now, $100 an hour or something like that?
Actually, for them to come out, we losing about $15 to $20 for a section that we actually paying that we're not recouping. So we're not really making money.
This is countywide, y'all. This is not just.
And we just lost one of our realtors here in town just lost a sale because they didn't get a a response back from Mr. Stacks in time. So that cost us between 1 to 3 customers for water and sewer. So that's also costing us. And I'm just letting y'all know. Like, I have no way, Mike does a great job, but, we want more.
Well, in the meeting, Curtis and I were there, and that conversation was, like I say, it was countywide. It was all of them discussing the financial burden that is placed upon each of us, the availability, and it was a combination of all of the things. Now, there's probably going to be municipalities that's going to stay right where they're at. Yes,
Mr. Pardon, I can speak from experience. As many of you know, it was extremely frustrating going through that process, trying to get just a simple power pole hooked up on my property. It took 8 months. He repeatedly said that I did not send him paperwork, that I sent him multiple times through email and hard copies. And even in a sit-down meeting with him, he said that he did not have copies of things that I had given him through email twice and hard copies. And because I got so frustrated, cops were called on me or threatened to be called on me and things like that. Besides all of that, instead of streamlining his job and getting all of these permits done so that you do have money coming in, he's waiting, and I need this, and I need this week, and next week I need this, and then next week I need this, and he's only here from 9 to noon, 1 day a week. And it's very difficult for all homeowners and all home builders, and then you have no revenue coming in, and he's just draining the clock. I'm very passionate about this subject.
Okay, well, this has been an ongoing problem with us for years due to the financial burdens, and the limitations of how we've been able to address this is by bringing someone in like him or that company on a certain date. And like we've said, the cost invariably, we're still losing money even at this date. So this county situation, sitting down with them and trying to come up with solving a problem that's universal for all of us is the topic of discussion right now. So we are in those discussions. So hopefully that will generate something that will benefit us all. So
I just want to we changed the building fee schedule, that was part of it. But to let you guys know that Mike doesn't charge hourly to us. We only get charged after the permit. So if he's in my office and he has no permits, he's not charging us. So he only charges for what he actually does.
When is this next municipality meeting? Do you know when the next one is?
Oh, it's once a month.
Yeah.
And this is just,
I know this is old one, that's why I just
yeah,
wanted to.
it's just once a month. It'll be tomorrow. It's once a month.
This is the fourth.
So it'll be
Yeah.
next
So
month.
about next
Yeah.
month.
So it'll be the 8th, right?
It should be.
Yeah, the 8th of April. But only one
She'll
person
send-
can go.
she'll
So
send
if
you
you're
an
gonna
email.
go, just let me know.
yeah, she'll send out an email.
Yeah.
It may be the second, actually.
The second?
Is it the first Wednesday of the month? If it's the first Wednesday or the first Tuesday of the month, it's either the first or the second of it.
It's the first Tuesday of the month after their meeting in the morning.
So it's
Yes.
April 1st.
But they do not advertise this, so only one person from our municipality is allowed to go.
Yes, it's a workshop.
So I went to the first one. I could not attend this last one because I had already accepted a job at the school.
Curtis and I were at that. Well, like I say, we need to have somebody there, and Curtis would be at most all the meetings.
And we don't need to, listen, this is not just any old regular realtor. This was an Eagle realtor that lost this. That's what gets me the most, is that it was a Bronson realtor that lost the sale. So, it just can't, that can't keep happening.
Yes. Okay. All right, Curtis?
Okay, moving on. I think we had two items that were on the agenda. One of those first. I think we had one, the land behind for Kinsey.
You want me to go first, or you want Tyler to go first? Okay, I just wanna know, do we still own the land behind Mackenzie?
Yes. As far as I know, yes.
Yes, we do? Is there an easement to that property?
Well, there used to be, what's the road that Skinny Doc lives on, Curtis?
Paul.
We used to come off of Palm and go around to it, and we kept it mowed. And there's bathrooms there, there's a basketball court there. How you gonna get to it now? I don't know. Surely there's a plotted easement that we'd have to see the property appraiser's office in the courthouse. They should be able to tell us where the easement is. We may have to take it back. It may be fenced, I'm not sure.
So, first, I would like to see what resources we could use. First being muscles, arms, legs, trash cans, lawnmowers, whatever, to see if we can get that park back reopened and livable, because our kids on that side of 27 need somewhere to play. And I understand that the park it's a beautiful park, it really is. But my kids are not gonna walk across that road. They're just not. I don't want them to. I would rather them be on this side of 27. And I understand that the reason initially for that park to close and to go over there was because of vandalism, but we have vandalism out there. So we can't really be sold on that. We also have not set a Beautify Bronson Day for May. So if that is something that we could get on there for that day, if we could have like a community cleanup day, and we can meet over there at that park, somebody will have went to the courthouse between now and then to find out where the easement is, and see if we could get some hands-on deck over there.
We got a track.
Used to be another road go through there too. Maybe, I don't know whether.
The property appraiser shows there's an easement, between Miss Kenzie's property and the one on the corner right there, the Christopher Ganache or whatever.
He used to go around there.
I'll go get Jason to print off a plat version where you can actually see it.
We can take our tractor in there and mow it and get it clean enough that the inmates can take the zero turns in there.
Okay.
But I don't know if the water's still on, still off, it might be sitting there running, I don't know.
I think they tore down everything.
The bathrooms must still there, I'm not gonna say they're there now.
I think
but
they
they
tore
were.
the building down too, then. The building still standing.
According to this 2050 aerial, it don't look like there's no buildings there, but it just looks like it's a whole bunch of trees. So, I mean, there is an easement there, it just had to be taken back over, and it looks like it had to be cleared. It looks like it had to be cleared.
Yes.
One by Cobb Kinsey and
There was
one
two.
off Fairground Avenue. Used to be.
There's a couple off the fairground.
Well, I would like for our kids to have somewhere to play where we don't have to cross a 4-lane road to get to it. Walking, our kids on that side of 27 our kids don't have that.
You might go to where Virgin Green League got.
Oh, yes, sir.
You might go to there too.
That's the way we used to get right.
So, usually the Beautify Bronson Day would be the first weekend in May, but I highly suggest to skip that weekend because the Browns have their birthday party for the children's table. He usually has a little birthday party that first Saturday of the month. So the second Saturday of May, if anybody, or the third, if you're going to graduation or whatever.
Quick question. Staff, who's gonna do it?
I'm gonna be there.
Who's gonna be there?
If we could set a date. And I'm open to whatever day. I'm open to the first Saturday. I just think that a lot of our older people will be at the Brown's birthday party because that is a huge fundraiser. And the first Saturday is my birthday. I even go for my birthday. The third. So either the 3rd or the 10th? 10th is Mother's Day weekend. So you don't want to do 3rd? I don't care.
Oh, I know the 3rd.
I mean, if the 3rd is every y'all, I
May 3rd?
There's nothing, I mean, that's open. It's not too close to Memorial Day.
Graduation.
No, I just don't, I mean, it's fine, if you all doing it.
Near the end of May, right?
I'll have to check to see what, I have my MCI day for school at Ocala one Saturday, but I don't know if it's that one or the one before it, so I won't have to be at the school.
They had it in May last year, but it was like in the 20th.
If not, I'll
It was at the beginning of May. It was like May 5th, my first year, I want to say, or 6th or something.
I'm talking about last year.
So you wanna look up your schedule and then we'll set it up for the next meeting?
It was the same day they had May Day over in Chipman.
Yes, sir.
That's what I want to say now. And that was near the end of May.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can get I'll get I have it at my house on my laptop, and all the school calendar.
So can I vote to table this? Make a motion to table this until the next meeting so that Tyler can get his schedule.
Well, too, that's after the election.
Oh,
So then that'd be better
Yeah,
anyway.
it'll be after the election.
I second.
Did we even have a vote? What were we?
She motioned
Just
that.
to table that item until the next meeting.
Okay. All right, we have a motion to table. And a second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same, motion carries.
No,
Yes,
I don't want to make this a big deal, but that was a complete discussion without actually asking for permission to hear a non-agenda item. And I'm just, if you're gonna do things in the meeting,
She already
he
said
said it was not on the agenda, but nobody voted to say
I
Yes,
said
we
that.
did.
We
We
did
did.
at the beginning of the meeting. Yes, we did.
permission to read here, and y'all
Yes,
voted.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Added to the-
Have before the meeting started?
Tyler did too.
He did the first one, he asked to
Yeah.
adopt an agenda item about vacation time, and then she asked to.
Okay, all right, my apologies, but
Yes, sir.
just making sure, because it just seemed like we just. kinda
No, I asked
discussed it.
directly after him.
Okay, Tyler, you have these extras.
It was just the paying out of the vacation. We did add it to the agenda for Wendy. Curtis got a breakdown.
She has 130.25 hours of vacation leave that she's entitled to.
Make a motion to pay out Wendy's vacation time.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Give Wendy's vacation time out. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, same, motion carries.
Well, Wendy, I do have her letter of resignation. She said, please accept this letter as my formal resignation from my position with the town of Bronson. After careful consideration, I have decided that it is in my best interest to step away from my role. Our challenges over the past several months have made this a difficult decision. I believe it is in the right path forward. I am grateful for the opportunities I have and the experience I have gained during my time with the town of Bronson. I appreciate the support and collaboration of my colleagues, and I wish the town continued success. My last day will be Wednesday, March 19th. Please let me know how I can assist in ensuring a smooth transition. All right. So, you make a motion to accept the resignation?
We don't have to accept it, right? What if we don't accept it?
Not my issue. It will be all this year, Thursday.
I don't know if I want to accept it. Denied.
Well, Wendy, I appreciate everything that you've done for us over the years.
Thank you.
And you have done an excellent job, and I wish you well in your future.
Thank you.
Thank you so
I
very much.
second.
All right. The next thing on my list is a request for the past 5 years of new fire department grant. I think it's in your packet. I think this is a record request. I had talked to Attorney Warren when I first received this. I don't know, Jeff, did you ever respond back to them?
So, do you want me to answer that?
Go
the public records requests come through me. We got the letter, probably a month ago. I called them, the lady that put in the public records request was out on vacation. She got back, I called and spoke with her. I asked her if it was for the grant, for the fire department grant. She said yes. I asked her what she needed. She said everything to do with the grant. So from the writing of the grant to the completion of the grant, all the invoices, all the financials, I let her know we were in the process of short staff and some transitions, and that I would be working on it, but it would take more than 30 days like it normally does. So I actually just spoke to them like a week and a half ago. So they're good. They know it's coming to them. I'm still working on it. They should be getting it here soon, usually. But it's a public record. You can't deny it. So
there is an issue that you have to clarify about.
yeah, I need to clarify about that.
But it's fairly clear that they named somebody else, but it's a safe conclusion that they want Bronson's records. It's a typo, I think, but it does need to be clarified.
Yeah, I asked
And
when I
Wendy's
spoke
going
to
to do
him. Yeah, when I spoke to him, I asked him about it. She said yeah, but I'll talk to him again tomorrow. Probably.
The next thing on my list, it was a proposal for reconstruction. We had talked about it during the workshop, but I don't know how many of you looked at the ballot. I think on the ballot, referendum 3 talks about the town manager charter. So, if I'm not mistaken, I think it would be a mistake to try to change anything in restructuring to after the voters speak in reference to the town manager. I have printed out some ballots, and it's definitely.
Yeah, all of those changes are together, and that's one of those. Because it adds a position, because it's not a position that's in the charter. Yeah.
Just 3 of them, take them and pass it down.
I read it already.
Yeah.
So if you and this is the thing, we don't need to be wasting time doing stuff that we don't know that we're going to be able to do. I think, when I came before you all, I met with each one of you, talked at the workshop, and I think we have wasted time. Wednesday last day is Wednesday. Okay, and trying to restructure something that we may not be able to do depend upon the voters. She's gone Wednesday, and I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be tough for your town because everyone that know the ins and outs of the office will be gone. So I don't know how much thought we have put in it. I offered, what I thought was best to have someone come in that knew municipality government that could have, followed Wendy for 7 days, the last 7 days. They have some kind of idea of what goes on in the town of Bronson office. Right now, your most experienced person is going to be a part-time person in Vicky. She can't do it. And then if you're looking for perfection, we don't have it now, and you're definitely not going to get it with people that are left there that's going just saying, here, take it. It's not going to happen. There's things that's coming down the pipe that, people that's there may not know. There's things that Wendy does that nobody will know that she does because it may not have been in her job description. So I expressed this, and I'm not saying it again, but we are in a bad situation right now for the town of Bronson. And I think the $82 an hour was high, but what we're getting ready to face right now, having someone, talk that we can find someone, well, time is not on our hands. To find someone that can come in and take the time to try to catch on with what to do within the town. It's not going to happen. I'm trying to do the best I can. And at the same time, customers want their perfection, right? Same time, you know, the council gonna expect things to be done because it's the running of the town. Well, those things are not gonna be done because there's no one in the office that have the experience to do it. And the wrong thing you can do is to expect something out of someone that don't have the qualifications yet or the experience to do them. So I talked to the company by email again. They have someone, you know, that they can send, maybe $50 an hour, $55 an hour. But if you look what Sue was making an hour, even what Wendy was making an hour, if you put those together, even beforehand, it's $82 seems like a lot, but the possibilities of what we may not be able to do is greater. Because half of that was on, you know, when you put those two hourly wages together, you might have been $30, $25 still big, but we wouldn't be in the situation, I think, that we get ready to come in right now. It's really going to be tough. Celeste moved her inside. It's going to be tough. We short outside. We have a major water leak that we're dealing with right now. So I haven't been able to be in the office, and so to learn everything that I can learn. But I'm going to be honest with you. A crash course in trying to run a municipality is not good. It's not good at all because we have grants, we have budget coming up. There's a lot of things coming up, and that's why I was trying to get someone here that understood accounting, understood grants, understood election, you know, and I'm trying to learn all of it at one time. You know, I took classes last week so I could be able to look at the balance. You know, it's very difficult. Your town right now is in a difficult situation. I don't know if you realize it, you know, when everyone that is experienced that had the run of the town, of your town, they are gone. So what do you have left? You know, what do you have left? And we can get people in the office, but still, it's not fair to have an expectation. You cannot really set expectations for anyone that's coming in because they really don't know the ins and outs of the job. Now, this is something that I feel that, you know, we should have been thinking about it moving forward, the possibility that you're not going to have any experienced person in the town of Bronson in the office. So, I don't know, Mr. Warren, he can look at referendum 3 and see, can read it and give you a better answer. I don't think it's wise to make any changes, structure-wise.
I can tell you this, if the referendum is adopted and the charter is changed, there are certain fixed positions that are created that are going to have to be filled. There is a manager, no fancy different name for it. There is a manager, there is a clerk, et cetera, et cetera. So to that extent, certainly, it determines what you have to do.
And so to go and send out, to get people to fill out an application for a job that may not be that title, that is not wise to do.
As it relates to the manager, yes, although we hired a manager without it being a charter provision 3 years ago. And that, as far as I know anyway, worked out decently. It's up to the council how they want to approach it. I guess what you're telling them is that we're dealing with a crisis here. And some crisis management is called for.
May I say this?
And there's a man that's going to deal with the crisis for us.
May I say this? This is something that he brought up 2 or 3 weeks ago. So it's not new. So it looks like we haven't moved on it at all. And like I told you years ago, you always got to have cross training. That didn't happen. So what I would like the council to do, don't let us get in this position again. Let everybody know what the left hand's doing.
Are you aware that they held a workshop meeting to discuss this whole problem just last week? I mean, it's not for me to defend them, But I mean, that's just a fact of life that you should be aware of.
Well, years ago, it's been going on, and nothing changed.
Everybody in the office is cross-trained, Mr. White. Just,
But
Because he see what's going on. You know what's going on.
Job online and let people apply for this job. This is a no-brainer to me. And $82 an hour is $170,000 a year. Bronson cannot afford that. Open it up online and let people apply.
May I address that?
Yes.
That was to get someone to come here and be here maybe 4 weeks or 6 weeks, not someone for a whole term. That was
Then
to
what
get
is it, then
someone.
how are you gonna train them to do this and then they leave? And you gotta train somebody else?
That's what they do, they work for temporary service.
Yeah, but either way, you're gonna have to train someone, and that's, you might want to go to University of Florida and be the president, if you don't pay them $82 an hour, because that's a lot of money, really, to come in and do administrative work. It really is. I mean, I ain't trying to knock what you're trying to do,
but this is
but
the
it is
thing.
a lot of money to come in and pay somebody $82 an hour to do administrative work.
It's that amount of money because they're coming in a crisis.
Yeah, there's no
Because
excuse
it's
for
temporary.
half people.
Anybody that goes to do temporary things get paid more temporarily.
Not
Yes, they do.
$82 an hour.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
If you go somewhere right now,
They're already trained in doing that. They
Yeah.
come in and they go with the 6
and honestly, it doesn't matter how much money they make, if people are treating the people that work there like crap, they're gonna leave, so they're gonna get some training and they're gonna go somewhere else too. So we gotta start treating our people that work in there like somebody. We gotta go in there like human beings and treat people like human beings instead of treating people like they're some calculator.
Personally, I mean, I don't want to say y'all dropped the ball, but the council really dropped the ball because you had a lady there that was experienced enough that even if you knew she was going to leave, you had the opportunity to bring in some help. Hey, I can tell you right now, municipal government is difficult, but it's not impossible. And I promise you, some people in this town probably who can learn the ins and outs of municipal government. You know, I ain't gonna say quickly, but you got the city of Wilson, you got the city of Chiefland, you got every other municipality in this county with experienced people who are a phone call away, regardless. So it's some just things that can be done municipally, you know, with help from other cities. You know, you're looking at it like it's a great big old thing. Sue left, and town manager was a big deal, but I think the thing that happened with that town manager was everybody got spoiled because she was given all the responsibility. So the council kind of sat back and said she got it. Well, when she left, it wasn't nobody there to get it. And I'm just trying to be real with you guys without trying to preach, but we dropped the ball as a council by not staying on top of everything that was going on, because I can assure you that the right people in place would have made sure that that place kept on going. I can remember being in crisis a million times with B being in there. And B will come in there and find a problem just like that. She didn't spend no time over there in that office.
Yeah.
So you know what we're doing now is you need to get somebody in the office, get somebody hired that's administratively at least knowledgeable enough to catch on to things. All right, I can pay bills. I mean, my wife pays all mine, but I can pay bills. I can do those things. So it's things that's got to be done in the municipality. She had several weeks where she probably would have been glad to help a new person come in and at least know some of the things she knows. But I think she probably knows a lot of the things she knows. You know what I'm saying? But that's too much to ask for a part-time person to take over this.
The other thing too is everybody needs to realize that you went from 4 to 3 to now one person in the office.
No, understood.
So they're cross-trained right now, but Virginia's been in the office all week. We're all cross-trained.
But you know how you go from 4 back to 4? You put applications and hire people. So you know it's really not that hard.
Curtis and truly what's going to happen, so let it happen, we'll see.
I'll be okay.
Well, this is the thing, you know, when you really look at it, I haven't been involved in it that long, but you got an audit coming. There's things that are probably, you know, by the time the audit comes, and you know, I don't think we at a place where right now you can bring someone in and they learn, because if the numbers are not right, they're not going to be right come budget. And then you're going to be looking for why the numbers are not right. why these things, all the different things that's going to be coming. So a person will have to come in and learn the town of Bronson, and that's why I was here trying to getting someone in, however, that could train them in doing the job that needs to be done. Right now, someone's going to have to come in who's going to train them.
Oh, no, I understand, trust me, I totally
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
They're shifting themselves.
That's why I bought it, and I asked for the workshop, to get some direction, because right now, we're in a difficult situation.
It's just, I've worked in offices my whole life. It's not, y'all are making this way harder than it needs to be. There is a learning curve. I understand that. But anybody who has experience in an office and understands how to pay taxes and how to pay bills and how to do the basics can get in there and do what needs to be done immediately. All those things that you listed are not things that need to be done today. And I think you're overwhelmed. It sounds like you're very overwhelmed, and I don't blame you. I would be too.
It's not a matter of
But somebody that knows how to do an office and run an office should not have, it shouldn't be such a crisis. I mean, that's a big word for an office.
When you have 3 people that were in the office and they leave, that's a crisis.
But Ace Hardware is owed already. Napa is already owed. The credit card bill is already owed, and the workers went out there to work, and the power had been turned off. So this office is already not paying the bills. This office is already disorganized. You guys need somebody in there with experience, office experience, that can get in there and knows how to write checks and pay bills when the bills come in. And like I said, emails to the, all of the paperwork that I sent in, and all of the emails that I sent in over the course of 8 months continually got lost. Continually. I would go into the office and ask a question. Kelly would give me one answer, Sue would give me a different answer, and Mike Skaggs would give me a third different answer for the same question. This office has not been cross-trained, it has not been managed properly, and that's why you're in a crisis right now. And that's the bottom line. You need a good person with office experience to go in there and clean it up.
Okay.
Oh, I have one more question. The minutes from the last meeting, I read over those in my email, and Virginia, you were misquoted. So I'm wondering, do any of y'all read those minutes before you agree to them?
Actually, Graham had a hard time hearing the minutes and came to me and asked me, and I may have misspoken to Graham, but he had a hard time hearing everybody this last time. He came to me personally.
But y'all just agreed to it. Y'all voted on it and agreed to them.
No, I told Graham. He asked me specifically. Nobody else was in the office.
No, but just now y'all agreed to accept the minutes from the last meeting, is what I'm saying, and they're wrong.
Yeah, you did accept it.
Y'all accepted them, and they're wrong. So I want to know, do any of you read them?
I haven't had
Y'all
time
don't
to
read them.
because I was doing other things, but I have not had time to read the minutes.
Then y'all should not be voting and accepting, period.
And you should not be running for this candidacy.
Oh, no, I should. This is exactly why I should.
No, you shouldn't.
Hold on. I'm fixing to get over here, okay? First of all, no outburst, please. Okay? If you want to speak, hold your hand up, we'll let you talk, okay? Everybody has their time. Thank you, sir. Do we have an issue here? Yes. We have an issue here because of the fact that we had 3 of our participants that are leaving. We only have 4. So, can we fix this? Are we going, everybody going to go to the house and cry? No, we're not. We're going to continue to work at this and we'll get it straightened out. Okay? All we got to do is we got to get some people in the office. We know that. The problem we have right now is there's a referendum coming up for vote first. It's going to change the way we have to hire. Okay? It may go one way, it may go the other way. We don't know that yet. Curtis just spoke of that. Because of that, we have to abide by that vote, which way it comes out. We're either going to have a town manager, as what the vote could come out, or we could use the, what do you call it, operational line manager. We could go that direction if it does not pass.
Those are the questions that are on the table. In the meantime, yes, we do need to hire somebody. We are in the process. We did not know until this past week that Wendy was officially leaving. She had told us that she was possibly leaving, but we got the formal announcement of this past Friday, okay? At that point in time, we started moving forward to hire people. We did have a workshop. That workshop still left some things unknown because of the fact that there's a fork in the road coming, and we gotta take one of them, and that depends on how the voters go. Plain and simple, okay? Yes, we do need to get some people in there, and we are in that process. We've already applied. How many did you say you had the other day?
About 60 for the utility clerk.
For the utility clerk, we're fixing to go start meeting through them, or Curtis will be.
So let's look at the utility clerk position.
You already
It's already filled.
Yes. But we have 60 people that you can call to ask them if they want to go over to the other, if possible.
So, of the amount of money that was budgeted to pay Sue, how much of that is left?
50-some down. Yeah, I got it.
I don't.
No, that's what I'm saying, if we have that money left,
I think what we need to do first, we need to see how much money we have.
yes, that's what I'm saying, because we don't know that what we can afford to pay somebody to come in with some experience anyway, because the person that we get to come in right now has to be somebody that's experienced, and that's not gonna come. And it might not be $82, but it's not gonna be cheap either. And so if we don't have the money to pay the person of quality, I mean, that's gonna be another problem in itself.
That's just an amendment to the budget, and we have those situations come up. Do we have the money to pay them? Not budgeted, but yes, we do have the money there. So, Bruce?
And how many of those applications, those clerk applications, how many of those people had any type of municipal experience whatsoever? Like, I worked for a town before, or anything like that? Two. Them would have been the first two I brought up here, to see what they know. And see if there was somebody who could come in and offer, if it's just a smidgen of what was leaving us. You know what I'm saying? You already got your utility spots full. You say she caught on to the computer thing and she good. Celeste, I think her name?
Yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't be looking that way, but if you got anybody in that pool of applicants that has some kind of municipal experience, bring them up in person, interview them and see. They may have enough that they can get you over the hump until the election. If it says hire a town manager, now you go out there and apply for a town manager again and go that route.
And that decision will be made April 1st.
Yeah.
Where does the application came from? Well, out of what?
We had a pool that we had sent out.
The job for the utility clerk has been advertised since she left.
Say what?
So that the job for utility clerk has been advertised since she left. It's on the
Where
website.
they advertise?
It's on the,
Where?
it's on the website and it's in Indeed.
We paused it, I paused it because of the 60, and then we brought Celeste over lateral, so.
And Celeste has been really good.
Was it advertised in the newspaper, like the game just run?
No, it was on the website, on the fire department billboard, and then on the, Indeed is where they advertise it at.
Celeste has actually worked out a couple of bugs with the commercial meters being in the residential. Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know, the people that don't normally look on your website, they just think.
That's what a lot of people use. That's what jobs like that, a lot of times are hired off of Indeed. People don't read the newspaper like that no more.
All right.
That's what kind of website Indeed is. That's what they have to look for. Professional people.
All right.
So, clarity, so do we need to go ahead and send out something for deputy clerk and town manager?
I think that would be wise.
I would reserve the two like what Bruce was talking about, the two that, has municipality, experience.
You ain't got, like, Rachel was talking about, we don't have to be no municipality experience. They got experience working in offices, period. I mean, they might could help us still.
But the problem what we're gonna run into if you bring, if nobody in the office, other than the part-time person has municipality experience, when you hire the new person, you have nobody to train them because you don't have anybody with any experience except. So that was the idea, that's why you were trying to get somebody.
Experience if they were working in a
Well, there's rules that go with working in a
right
city.
check before they wouldn't need no experience. They already had it.
There's rules that go with working in the city that you can do in a private sector that you cannot do in municipalities. And those are the rules that will get you in trouble if you're not aware of things like somebody can't come in and say, hey, who's a good well person? By law, a city employee cannot tell you in that office, oh, you need to use so-and-so. You have to be completely non-biased. You can't recommend, there's a lot of things you can't do. And that's where when you're hiring somebody with experience, you really need to have somebody from another municipality. Those are things, it's not hard to learn, but if you don't have somebody in the office that doesn't recognize that stuff, you can set yourself up for a lot of issues. So yes, you can hire somebody, but you're going to have somebody train them that they need to understand you can do this, you can't do this, you can do this, you can't do that. Those kind of things.
Which is why they send into ethics training too.
Well, they don't normally send us.
No, I mean, that's why they send us to ethics training.
So I'm saying, QuickBook experience. So we have a lot of stuff that are tied to our bank account. So I don't think that's the time for someone that don't really understand it to be involved in the innermost part of your finances.
Anybody we bring in
Because they don't have experience, they don't have municipality experience in those areas. I'm fine with whatever you all want to do.
Well, we know we're gonna be audited, so we'll wait.
So well, you probably don't know that off the top of your head. The two applications that you said that had, is it office experience or they have previous municipality experience?
They are utility clerk.
From other
municipalities. So they have a municipality, they've worked in a municipality. I don't know the things, they're from other cities. I learned in Chiefland, part of the stuff I've learned is because we have a small office, so you just kind of pick because you have your hands in everything. So I don't know the other cities if they would have learned some of the things. But I mean, even if you just have a basic understanding of municipality, it's a help. But you don't have to. I mean, it's just one of the things.
All right, pleasure to council.
Those both of them, contact the other two candidates early.
You want to contact that firm again that came? I think they was waiting to see.
You said that they had somebody, you said you called again today, and what was the response today when you talked to them?
That they could possibly, I haven't had a chance to look over it, but at a rate of $50 an hour, they were trained in municipality government. And when I was looking at these, it wasn't someone to come in here long term.
Right.
It was someone to come in here
You told us that in the workshop.
to get us through, because really you got the election going on, however that may turn out. Or, you're gonna have people that are not experienced.
Basically, 2 weeks away, right?
Which there's a lot of things that go on before the election that I'm finding that, that you really have to be knowledgeable of, that you don't make any mistakes with that, So someone had a question about the residency of someone. You know, it's a lot of different things that if you don't really know it, you could be saying the wrong thing. So that's what I'm saying, that, you know, you can put somebody in place, but if they don't really know it, there's no one there to help them, to guide them, you know, they could be doing the wrong thing, not knowing.
Yeah, but in all due respect, I mean, if it's something like that, a question about residency, or if it's a question about comp law, or some of the comp plan or something, I mean, you can always say, I'll get those answers for you. I mean, what I'm saying right now is y'all are worried about, the biggest thing to worry about right now, I would assume, is making sure that the bills are able to get paid through whatever system we use. If you got I promise you, there's somebody out there needing a job right now that has that type of experience. I don't know what we use. I know you mentioned QuickBooks. There's somebody out there got QuickBooks experience. All right, QuickBooks is planting numbers basically. All right, they're not gonna, nobody you bring in, if you pay them $100 an hour, gonna know everything that's going on with this city. They just gonna look at the raw numbers. Now, if they're right or they're wrong, they'll have no idea. So you just gotta bring somebody in that has the experience, those type of things, they experience those type of things. The council gonna have to do their homework. If somebody got a question that needs answered, then they can answer that question. Then that's just the way it works.
Well,
and I hate to sound this way.
Our system is set up a little different, you know, than what it used to be, of course. We are using a managerial system now, and that person has to hire to do all that kind of stuff.
We don't have a manager right now.
And we don't have one. Well, we do have an intern, and I'm trying to help him as best I can, and he's doing as best he can, okay? And we're looking at, and again, understand that the formal resignation, Wendy's formal resignation, we knew about it, and it was questionable back and forth, and we tried, and I believe, as you'll attest, I tried everything in the world to keep this thing. So, that was Friday, today's Monday. So we're moving forward with that in mind, and we'll do the very best we can and get people in here as quickly as we possibly can.
What was the response that they gave you? You stopped in the middle of it.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to look up, they got 2 more people, I got their resume. I haven't had a chance to look through them, see what type of experience they have.
But that would be $32 cheaper than what we was quoted at the beginning. You said like $50 instead of, and that would give us somebody in there for a couple of weeks that would at least have some kind of knowledge.
There's a motion, and so, did you make one?
I haven't made a motion.
I did, but of course to post the other 2 jobs.
I didn't make a motion, I just said that's what we did.
I mean, that's a managerial situation. So, all right, we'll go ahead and get those posted as soon as possible, and talk to those folks.
So, just to be clear, is town hall gonna shut down from 12 to 1? Or are we doing something with the phone system? Because one or the other is gonna have to happen. Our girls should not have to like choke down their lunch because they're not getting everything done, but it's way too much stuff for them to get done at this moment. So either we need to get an automated phone service so that whenever they're on lunch, those people will go to voicemail and they can call them back whenever they get done or get some free time, or town hall can close from 12 to 1. It's up to y'all. I'm okay either way. And I'm gonna be at the town's disposal until this is solved. Either way.
The automated system, the one that we had before, he thinks it got struck by lightning. He said it got messed up. So that's why we stopped using it, because I asked. But he said that the phone that you have down here works with it, but I think again we're gonna run into the internet issue all over again with the newer phones that we're already not using because they connect to the internet and the internet sucks.
Which is another subject. Okay, so the internet, Miss Sherry has been trying to find out what she could on the opposite side. I didn't know that I was trying to do the same thing. When Mr. Parkin came into town hall the other day, I had called Central Florida and they gave me the runaround. They said that they didn't have an estimated time frame of bringing the internet to the Duke customers, and it sounded like they didn't even care. Well, then Sherry got in contact with somebody, and so I called Duke today, and I did not get to speak to the person. They could not give me their information, so they sent them an email, and if anybody else calls Duke Energy to try to rush them, what it is Central Florida needs a contract with Duke in order to put Central Florida fiber onto the Duke poles. That is the problem. So I talked to a representative, and she said that you have to go through the joint use third-party cable wires part to file a complaint. So I did that, and I'm waiting to hear back from them. So if anybody else calls them and you are trying to push this along, make sure you tell them that it's joint use third party. That's gonna get you to where you need to go to push it through. That is what we need at Town Hall. It is gonna speed up so much stuff in that office.
You can also have to change out all the power poles, so.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping I'm hoping that we can get a contract for Town Hall first, and then others will come. But we need internet in Town Hall. There's so many things that rely on internet, so much.
You don't have internet right now?
We have it, but it's not
internet.
very good.
It is slow as Christmas.
You have two.
We have internet, but it is extremely slow, and it is hard to get a lot of stuff done. We have to wait till we get internet to upload our documents. As soon as we get the fiber by Central Florida, we'll be able to scan in all of our documents. They'll be easier to find. Like when Ms. Weeks was asking for different formal information, a lot of times it wasn't found because it hasn't been uploaded yet.
It's in a box, so you gotta go through the box.
Yeah.
None of that stuff is electronic because the scanner has to be connected to the internet, and you can't, it doesn't have the, I guess, capacity, you would say, to do that. So you can't do any of that.
And what I have found going in there and looking, I have found that depending on who the clerk was, is how they filed it. So, and you could complain all day you want to about it, but it's not gonna change the fact that, this stuff has to be gone through and uploaded. And it's gonna have to be cross-uploaded so that you can pull it up when you need to.
But even like current stuff, like when we do these minutes and this stuff has to be uploaded, you can't upload from here. Like Sue was having to take it home and upload it. So Wendy has to go over to Sue's or somewhere else to get it uploaded because the internet here will not do it.
Even the minutes.
Who are you with?
We have AT&T and Wi-Fi, but it's not fast enough.
And even in the office, certain computers are slower than others.
AT&T is basically just.
It is so bad. It's horrible.
They're basically just a band-aid through the road.
Yeah, and they're not taking like if you're a new person trying to get connected, they're not even adding people in this area.
And just from experience, I know in Tampa, they get twice the speed down here at our office in Tampa. Twice the speed for half the price that we pay. I was paid 4 years till I got mine.
I have AT&T U-verse down the street. It's pretty fast.
But that I can tell you, I have both, and I have the Wi-Fi. It's 10 times faster. And there are certain things that you cannot do. Like I looked into, like people who work from home. So your computer, your upload speed has to be a certain number and back and forth in order for like you to be able to do whatever it is that you do. And if you don't have that speed, then those are things that you can't do. So we have people moving here, people that work from home. If they don't have access to those speeds, they can't do their job. And so basically that's what happened is our upload speed is not fast enough.
Do you know if Central Florida has a wire that goes along?
So the problem is all of the poles out here belong to Duke. So Central Florida cannot connect to a Duke pole without their permission, and that is the holdup right now. Because I talked to somebody and we can get moved up on the list, but they got to give us permission. And if you look in town, everywhere where there's Central Florida, there's these little black things on the poles. If you notice, when you go through town, there's not a single one of those in town. And that's because all of that stuff belongs to Duke. So they can't just come out and put their stuff on there because we need internet. They have to have their permission. And so that's where we're kind of like stuck in between. So
There's one, I know there's one on the north end, the pole, but that's probably what we should do.
Yeah, it has to be like close to your house or your
We
office.
have the same problem. Now, she's gonna be the only one in the office that have any experience to make $15.
We talked about this the other day.
You know, and I don't wanna keep bringing things up, but I mean, right now, she's gonna be the only experience that we have doing no other job.
did we discuss at the last meeting that if she's doing so much beyond the duties that she's asked, there's a percentage that you can.
That's what I'm saying, they were supposed to pay 4%.
Yeah, 4% ain't nothing.
Was it, if the restructuring stuff is in there, so there's in there, if you look at the restructuring stuff, that's already in there, so for her to give her a raise.
Restructure.
Is to move her pay.
That's right there.
Yeah, it's already in there, so that's already on there.
You tell me what you need to get. Yeah, and this is the thing too, you know, like right now, the outside guys, Celeste is gone, it's only 3. You know, 2 full-time, 1 part-time guy.
And can I say something about Miss Vicky? Miss Vicky does whatever's needed in the office. She doesn't just limit herself to what she signed up for. She fixes things that's not her job, that looks like it could be fixed. She goes above and beyond her job. Just putting that out there.
Let me say something. You know, this crisis is not just in the office. It's creating a crisis in every department that you have because people are having to do more. So this is a situation, you know, I'll do whatever I can to help the town of Bronson, but it's only so much I can do. I can't be 2 or 3 places at the same time.
So we're gonna have to replace your outside public works technician regardless. So I'm gonna make a motion that we go ahead and post that position so we can hire somebody.
I think we did it at the workshop.
Well, it's a position that's already there. You don't need to.
That's what I'm saying, but we gave that direction at the workshop to go ahead and post that position. But I guess since it's already a thing, it's on the item. I say we need to give Vicki a raise, because she's gonna be the main key that's holding this place together until we get our stuff back on roll.
Well, you can ask her if I would ask her, I would not assume that she wants that. I would ask her.
Understand also that
She deserves it.
It's not on the benefit package.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't want to automatically assume, us women don't like that. I'm just saying.
A raise?
No.
If she would be willing to give us more hours until we can get somebody.
That's in the last meeting.
Let's see, what was?
It's fine. It's $5.
Well, what does this say, 15 to 20, it says,
No, it's
right here.
24.
Question,
Alright.
aren't we, good,
No, go ahead.
aren't we already saying 15 to 20? Well,
It
She already makes 15.
hey, I know that,
It's gonna be huge.
but I want her to make 5 more, which is 20, but it seems like that's not selling it.
Let me finish my motion, and then you'll have your answer.
All right, go ahead.
I make a motion that we give Vicki $24 an hour until we hire somebody to get back.
And then we hire somebody on
And we can renegotiate with her. on her pay, back to part-time schedule. She's gonna give us full-time hours for the next however long. Wendy's at, what was Wendy at, 23 or 6 or 18 or something, but
I made 18,
that's, I say 18.
30 an hour.
No benefits.
Can I speak, please? And I know Wendy's out the door, but that's really unfair to Wendy. She's leaving here making $18.40, and y'all want to bump the part-time employee up to $24 an hour.
No benefits.
She already has no benefits. We already have them.
That's a lot of money to go from 15 to 24, and then tell her in 6 weeks or whatever, oh, we're gonna bump you down to 18. Well, that's a big difference.
Miss Vicky.
Yes.
Vicki, are you gonna be okay when they tell you that the price has to come down? I mean,
We
really?
already have part-time employees that make over $20 an hour.
No, but are you?
We
gonna be
already have
okay?
in the town.
I'm asking you, because he's talking about renegotiating after a few weeks, so are you gonna be okay with that?
Sure.
You're okay with
Yes.
dropping your pay back down?
Not to $15.
But he's not saying we're gonna cap it at whatever, he's just saying.
But you're gonna hire somebody as
renegotiate
my
it.
assistant that comes into my place up to $23 an hour.
Why
And I
can't we
already
have a
year.
conversation without,
I'm having
without
a
that?
conversation.
Not nicely. What I'm saying to you is that Wendy has been making $18.40
And she gets
an hour.
13,000, she doesn't have a problem.
And she's the
She has
clerk.
$13,000 worth of benefits that I don't take every year. Divide that up, that's an extra $1,000 a month.
I'm basing it off of the new,
All the part-time employees
the
now
the
in the
cap of
office
the
make
new administrative
$24 an hour.
assistant.
It's
I already
23.
did. I already did.
Why don't we give her $50 an hour and make her happy?
So,
Yeah,
so
do that.
his proposal is based on, we're gonna hire, well, Anya proposed that we hire an administrative assistant.
That's why.
With up to $23 an hour. So if she's gonna be doing the administrative assistant work, he's asking that her pay be what we were gonna hire a person to, in that position.
And then when she, and because she's gonna be giving us full-time hours for the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks, however many, and then when she actually drops back down to part-time hours, then.
The cap on that is $20.
Yeah, right.
She's working 32 hours a week, well worth it. And 32 hours, so, you know, so like this.
Yeah, I
like
mean, I
that.
do deposits, I can do payroll, I can do answer the phones, I mean, I run, I mean, when she's not there, I run the office. I'm doing all the voting stuff, so if you don't think I'm worth $20 an hour,
I didn't say 20, I said 24 is a big jump from 15.
I'm basing it off the, what we had.
If she's gonna be the administrative assistant
I already
for
made,
those hours, then she should make what that person makes.
I already made a motion, so.
We got a motion for 24. Do I hear a second?
I second, well, I wanna ask if you would consider making it 23, which is what position?
Yeah, I will amend my motion for 23 to cap it what we have the administrative assistant.
I second it.
We have a motion and a second. To bump Vicky's pay up to $23 an hour.
While she's working, you know,
And she gonna be working 4 days a week
4 days a week,
until,
32.
Until we get-
until when, Biggie?
until we hire somebody and she goes back to part-time.
Okay,
All right,
it's done.
all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. That's the first step.
And you said the public work technician person is already, that's already posted, or you haven't posted it yet, but you're going to?
You should, it's an agenda item that has received a lot of consideration. You should make some motion as to what you decided you want to recommend to Curtis in his role as interim manager, what he should do and what discretion, if any, he has.
For posting.
What you expect him to do.
I make a motion that we post the town manager position, deputy clerk, and the public works position on Indeed, website, and wherever else we put it.
I second that.
Any other discussion? Does satisfactory, Mr. Moore?
That's, I mean, procedurally, it is, yes.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
So, We are going with another town manager, not the city clerk, right?
We have to wait
We
till
have to
they
wait till
vote.
the election, but we are going to post for that.
But that's what, okay, you just posted it.
Yeah.
That could change,
Okay, I was just
Yep.
trying to get clear.
depending on the
Yeah,
referendum.
it's on the thing to be voted on.
All right, again, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carries. That's the second step. All right, Curtis?
We brought up about I think it's very important, I haven't mentioned it, the lunch hour. What do y'all feel about 12:30?
Because a lot of people are gonna be on their own lunch breaks at those times. So we talked about it today, about maybe doing it at 1, so that if I'm off and then I can come from work and pay my water bill, whatever, during my lunch break, so their lunch break would be after your normal lunch hour. Like, I think the post office does that, don't they? Aren't they? They are closed from 1 to 2. So that if you have to come on your lunch break, if they're open for that. So I'm good with closing it, but that was a suggestion today, is that we wait until
they
later.
come up with something better.
So, let me get you straight, so.
Their lunch hour, they would be allowed to close from 1 to 2. Instead of from 12 to 1, so that it would give the citizens the opportunity, if they need to come in during their lunch break, they would still be open and available.
Yeah, so one
Oh, 1 to 1:30. I'm sorry, 1 to 1:30. My bad.
And then if they come and they have a check and it's closed, they can slip it in the box.
But we need to make sure that, like I said, we talked about today about making sure it's posted on the door, that it's put up, and that everybody is aware.
No, but I mean,
They might have cash, they might.
Listen, people put cash in that box all the time, regardless of what they're saying.
All right, you,
Go ahead, Mr. B.
Is this gonna be a permanent thing or just until we get enough help?
Probably just until we get enough help.
I would make it a permanent thing, so that they are always entitled to their lunch break. I mean, as a teacher, I love my 30 minutes without children, so.
But that's what I'm saying, if you get enough help, you get 3 or 4.
Then they can rotate.
Then you would need to close
that'd
the
be the
phone.
manager.
We used to start at 11:30. One was due at 11:30, the other one at 12, 12:30, and then
Right.
one. So each one has 30 minutes.
Anything that's capable of being changed, but that's a managerial situation.
I say you just make it temporary if we're gonna do it.
Make your motion.
So I'm making a motion that we close the office from 1 to 1:30 for lunch until we're fully staffed.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Any other discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Mr. Brenner has anything.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He done voted, I'm good right now, but I couldn't understand how we couldn't rotate our lunches. It's 30 minutes. I mean,
Well, we can't now.
in several offices where.
Right now,
We don't have anybody in there to rotate
Now,
with.
there's just Vicky.
It ain't just Vicky.
No, there's just Vicky.
So that's in office?
She on vacation right now.
Vacation. It's
Okay, so y'all voting, how long she on vacation for?
till Monday.
Till Monday.
Okay, exactly.
But she's,
Today, Monday.
and Vicky's not there.
Like I say, this is a managerial situation that can come up and can be adjusted down the road when things get better. Okay.
Then we can rotate.
All right, any other questions? Again, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I don't think the property in the Shayna.
We did it in time.
It was in the last meeting. It was in the.
That's Shane.
It's property.
Stand up and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Shayna.
All right, Curtis, that it? All right, Jeff. I'm tired of this.
I'll be short. I'll just let you know that last month, since I missed the last meeting due to emergency call, we had 87 calls last month. So that brings our total as of last night, 297 calls so far this year.
Jeff, I'll tell you something, in that meeting that Curtis and I were in, that topic of discussion about money came into very heated discussion with the county manager, and she promised us faithfully they were going to look at, this region. Not necessarily that the money was going to be, it's the fact that how many calls that you were getting, not just you, but the other ones in comparison to some of how the money has been allocated out, but that is on the table. So you need to make sure you watch that. But I think that you have a golden opportunity here to get a little bit bigger slice of the pie, is what I'm saying.
Well, we hope so.
Okay. But I know you're doing that already, but
Yeah, I know right now, we've had to send in information for the last 3 years on calls and locations, so we can get all that stuff together, so I know that's part of it.
Every meeting that I go to at the BOCC, I tell them that our fire department needs more money. Like every single meeting, it doesn't matter what I'm going for, I say that.
Good.
Well, we're doing better, but we're still fighting with equipment. I need to put 2 new front tires on the engine. One has got a big bolt in it. I don't know where we got it from, no calls. But the tires are $441 a piece. So we're trying to get things back into shape and set up a maintenance schedule and everything on all the equipment. Looking back, it's been about 2 years since the engine's had an oil change.
Wow. When y'all get the tires?
Down several places.
Yeah.
Can we see a
I got an estimate from League County Tire.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been trying to get him to help us set up all the equipment on maintenance schedule. However, the engine takes 30 quarts of oil. So for an oil change, you're going to be about $557. And hopefully that's the last thing we have to do. I know the tires on the back probably will need to be changed towards the end of the year. They're 10 years old at this point. They're starting to get worn. Legally, we're not supposed to go past 10 years, so we got till the end of this calendar year to get the tires on the back. And those will be probably as expensive. So, just want to let you know that we're probably going to be looking at another chunk of money on the engine, and hopefully it'll be the last thing for a long time. So, hopefully that will get it set up. It's already back in service. Down the road, we'll try to get the air conditioning fixed. Not sorry yet, so we'll try to with it. But I had to go through the whole truck. And for replacing all the tires and the oil change and the AC work, it was like $4,200. And I'm not sure we're ready to pull that much out of the budget, but I know I'm gonna have to at least get the front tires fixed, or replaced. And other than that, that's really all I have. So, as far as the stuff with the county, I did get the drawings from them for the renovations in the station, and John and Mike, so we're waiting on his blessing on it, and we'll see where we go from there. The data box are in the middle of testing. We ran into some issues with the alarm company and dispatch, but I think we got it all worked out. So we're back on schedule with that, trying to get that finished up. Hopefully by next Monday we should be done with all the initial testing. So hopefully we'll have most of the projects done. We still have a problem with one of the doors. They started acting up and they're closing.
This is the one that we fixed, or this is one that was already
One we just fixed. So I'm going to call them back again and have them come back and look at it. Frankly, it's just an adjustment.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens, and I'm still waiting for more information back from Luke and when the generator is going to show up and get that installed.
Okay.
It's also working. We have till June for that grant, so it has to be done before then.
Okay.
So I'm just staying after.
Good. Are you guys still putting together a cadet program?
Yep.
Okay. As soon as y'all have that ready, could you make sure we get it to the school?
Yep, he's finalizing, I went over some of the paperwork, and there was a couple things in there that he had written down as possible job duties that they're not allowed to do.
Okay.
So I'm getting him to adjust those things so that we're on board, they can't be anywhere in a hot zone, you know.
Right.
And that kind of stuff, and they had him going in and helping after the fire was basically down, just for looking for hot spots and stuff, and they still can't do that, so. Just some minor things like that, but, we should be good to go pretty soon.
Okay. See if I can get you to come in and talk to one of our IB classes about it, so they could explain firsthand to the kids what that's gonna be all about. So as soon as you're ready, let me know. We want to try to get y'all in before school's out.
All right, sounds great.
And my other question is, this truck that's in the front, that's trashed, that we're gonna have to get, so where we at with, why is it still sitting there?
I just got the email, I just haven't had time to give him a call yet.
Yeah, I think it's been totaled officially.
Right.
I know they're looking at a few $1,000s for the.
It's $100, it's what is it, 100 or 200 less than what it's valued at.
Yeah.
It's what, 7,000, 8,000, I wanna say is what it is.
Yeah.
That they gave us.
More than I thought.
Yeah, it was more than what we originally thought we were gonna get for it.
Yeah. So we're working on getting our electronics out of it, so when it's ready to be hauled off, we'll come haul it off, I guess.
Okay.
Or whatever we have to do with it. I'm not sure if the insurance company's gonna take it, or if we just have to have it. Once they pay us for it, it's theirs, so.
Yeah. It's not real appealing sitting in front of the town hall like that. So.
Yeah. Well, if we get the rear fender and stuff off the rear tire, we can drive it, we can move it.
Right.
I suppose I could bring down the jaws now and stretch it out a little bit.
I mean, if it's already in the process of them getting it, of us getting our stuff off of it, it's fine. It's just, I just want to know where we was with that.
That should be it.
All right, thank you, sir. Mr. Warren?
Nothing there.
On the same thing of that right there, I got a phone call here the other day. Person talking about out in the park, not being able to use this and that and different things, and half the stuff they were talking about was things that were associated with the insurance claims, like the dugout, you know what I'm saying? And those things are beyond our, things that we can fix on that after, we're waiting on them. You got something?
That's always, a decade before it came, he's fixed the 3 lights.
Yeah.
That was in it.
Going out there earlier, they're straight. Yes,
So he's fixed those, so the fields can be used.
Yeah. All right, but, and we were talking about that dugout, there was a question about, somebody said something about it. And at one time, that thing we had paper on it to keep them out of there, but they're still, I doubt that they're using it.
Shouldn't be.
Okay.
Can you check them on and make sure that the tape or the caution tape even gone, because you know how stuff walk away. So, just to make sure, because I know that there are kids practicing out there, and at least if it's, that's the best that we could do is close it off.
And as far as for those that were, have your water down today for a little bit of time, what was going on, if you didn't, we had a major, but we had one of them down here. It was major occurrence, and then they were down there in that cold water, and it was kind of cool. That was on, so.
We're gonna have low water pressure around 8:30. We're gonna try to go ahead and finish repairing.
This is caused by people wanting to run over our stuff with their automobiles, special days. So that's the only thing. Sherry, you got anything?
We already talked about the internet thing. I was going to let everybody know that we was working on that. Angela did send her dates in, but I know it's like one of 100 emails that she probably already got. But she did send specifically what Saturdays, and there was a nasty post that was on Facebook about the soccer thing, but somebody must have corrected him, because it before I could say you need to go pick up the keys, I went back and it was gone. So there was a lot of rumbling and grumbling about them not having access to stuff, but he neglected in his rant to let people know that they had access to keys that they had picked up. So that is gone. That's it. Yeah, well, yeah, I was gonna say, it got taken down. And I will keep y'all updated on, where we are with the internet, but I'm gonna ask everybody to call that number, because maybe if they hear from all of us, we can figure out what we can do with
Yes.
this internet situation.
If everybody got a pen, I can give y'all the number to, Duke Energy, if y'all wanna call them. It is 1-800-700-8744. That's their customer service number. It's gonna ask you for your account number, just hit 0, and then until it asks you for your zip code, then put in your zip code, which is Bronson. And then you're gonna want to explain to them that you're asking for joint use, third-party cable wires. They're gonna have to find that in order to better serve you. And then they'll send that person an email for that person to contact you. Just leave your contact information. And when you get to talk to that person, explain to that person that Central Florida is waiting on Duke to close the deal to be able to use their poles for the fiber.
What's the address here at the town?
60.
For Central Florida's fiber?
Yes, sir.
650.
Now, I have the internet at my house, and I am calling for the town.
Yes.
So I just want to say, I'm not calling for another address unless somebody asks me specifically, but I am calling for town hall for sure. Because town hall needs it. We need the internet service. It'll speed things up so much it's not even funny in that office.
I'll call, I'll do immediate calling.
Oh, thank you.
Ask them whether or not.
That's it.
Tom.
Nothing that pertains to the fire department, but I have something I want to address earlier from the public comment, I guess, person. Mr. Elijah, I don't appreciate being accused of stealing somebody's political signs.
Did you do it?
No, I didn't do it. And I don't appreciate you going back and telling Rachel that I did it, because then I got a little nasty gram from her the other morning.
No, I asked you if you did, and I said if you didn't, please let me know. I was not nasty to you.
Said that I would go on Facebook Live and
If you
think you
did.
catch illegal.
I said if you did, I would.
No, I wouldn't. I don't like getting threatened with Facebook Live either. So
Well, we're not gonna worry about all that, cause.
I got some stuff I
I
can say on
emailed
Facebook
Tony,
Live.
and he knows nothing about the sign, just to clear that up.
Well, I can tell you from before that kids take them and remove them, because I've had that issue personally, that kids take them up and move them all around as well. So that may be also part of the reason why it vanished.
We've lost Food Fest signs.
Mm-hmm.
What, is it the metal? I don't know, but.
No, it's we live in a place where there's nothing else to do, so they create stuff to do.
Did
That's right, we do.
I have a question.
I told y'all everything, but, in this transition, can y'all please give the people in the office the benefit of the doubt and give them the opportunity to get whatever information to you that they can. It's human beings that work in there. Miss Vicky has been trying to lighten the mood in there. She's brought plants in, she's cleaned, I've cleaned. It really is gonna take a village to change town hall. And we want it to be welcoming, we want it to be open, you know, it can't be too open because we got people that don't know how to act and we got to have glass up there. But, we gotta work together. Like, we all have to work together, whether we like each other or not. For the better interest of this town, we have to work together. So if you are offended by anything I said today, please understand that if you come and ask me for help tomorrow, I'm gonna help you. Like I didn't even hear you yesterday.
Things good. You good?
I have a question. And we go with this.
Hold on just a second.
You're good, go ahead, because I'm not gonna get it up and running before they get cut out for some reason. Probably get it. Go ahead, Mr. Martin, you're fine.
You good? Okay.
that Jeff saying he hasn't had an oil change for 2 years. Who makes that decision? Because I know none of you all change your oil every 2 years. Nobody. And I need to know that these new trucks that we got, is that the schedule for that too?
Well,
Because
I'm gonna let Jeff answer that question, but I think I can answer it. Some of these vehicles may have 2 years on them, on the oil, that they may not have, but,
50 miles.
you know, about 3,000 or 4,000 miles on them.
that all still has to come out of the motor. The motor is the life of the vehicle.
Absolutely.
And so you have to maintain.
That's why he was bringing it up.
There was a lot of lack of
A
maintenance from
lot
the previous
of stuff from the
administration.
Previous, yes, exactly right.
The bolt and the tire might be more important.
Let me say this, we got that fixed, he's back there now, that's why he brought it to your attention just then. And that's why we got him here, okay? So.
Well, what I'm saying is, backups are important. In Europe, they have a 5 hours. Something happened with the motor, something happened with the tires, you know, that shouldn't be. We need somebody to look at the maintenance.
All right.
Who is the service person that does it?
I just told you.
They're getting put on a maintenance schedule with Levy Tire.
just brought
That's what
that up
Jeff's
to
been
you.
working
It's
on.
gonna be legal time.
Yep.
Okay, they're down the road.
Down 24.
They're in Bronson. They're right outside the town of Bronson.
Right, they're outside the city limits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that level.
Okay. All right, anybody else?
Oh, what about the, roof at the tower, the water tower?
I think he came in and nobody's permitted. So he will start.
Oh, he's gonna start tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. All right, chance to look at the bills?
Make a motion to pay the bills.
Have a motion and a second, pay the bills, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same motion carries. Meeting adjourned.